Have our players been here yet? Have our players been here?
Yeah, no, they have not been here yet.
You guys gotta sit here by me. Come on, you're not on my Johnson, all right? You're not watching us. That's how we're on. Good? Are you gonna run the show? So, are we waiting for him or what?
Yeah, we'll wait for him for a quick second, Coach.
These are the MVPs of the game, so, right here.
Oh. Okay, now you
Who's up, rabbits?
Okay.
Okay, I think that's enough said. You know what, since Coach is here, we'll go ahead and we'll get started with Coach, and then we'll shuffle the players in when they get here. As we said a few moments ago, first national championship in Division I for the Jackrabbits, and also their first national championship in the entire athletic department since making the Division I jump. And joining us is their head coach, John Stiegelmeier. John, I know you've got your fan club here, but give us an opening statement about the game, and congratulations on your very first national championship.
Thank you. Thanks, Jim. It's fun to be the first, right? Really proud of our program. I want to compliment North Dakota State for their program and their tradition down here and their expectations. And it was a fun game for the Jackrabbits. And we're really honored to come away with a national championship. I love our football team. I thank God for them every day, and I mean that seriously. They're an unbelievable group of young men. And then finally, our fan support was beyond our imagination. So that was so fun to see them show up. So we made a memory. So these are our grandkids: Oliver, Henry, Elsie, and Theodore. And I promised them when we won a national championship, they got to be part of it. So they'll answer any questions, too, that you might have. So.
All right. Once again, name and affiliation. For those on Zoom, we'll go ahead and get to you as we move through. We're going to keep everybody in here for the national champions. So, Eric, go ahead and get us started.
Eric Peterson, Forum newspaper. Coach Stiegelmeier, prior to the game, you said you'd think about it 10 seconds and forget it, but it seems like you might be thinking about it longer. But what is a first national championship? Just the emotion. What comes to mind for you first?
I get my emotions and my fulfillment through our players, and so honestly, I'm feel really happy for our program, and maybe it's because I've been doing this so long that you kind of temper the feeling a little bit, but really proud of our program and really happy for our players, and I'm happy for the guys that went before these guys because they're part of this championship.
Go ahead. We'll go front row right here.
Stephen Hawkins with the AP. Mark, just your emotions. 20 months ago, we know what happened on this field. And to go from that to holding these trophies, what does it mean?
I mean, it means the world to me. And I got to thank every single person that has helped me along this journey. And the guys have played an awesome game today. And I'm so proud of them. But I got to thank my parents. I got to thank Charlie, our athletic trainer, for getting me back to where I am right now. And there's no better feeling in the world.
We're going to go on the right-hand side, third row. Go ahead.
Mark, Matt Zimmer, Argus leader. A lot of your former teammates were here this weekend, a lot of players that came before you. You know, Stig kind of alluded to it. Some great players have come through this program and not been able to win a national championship. When you hug Chris Oladokin, when you see some of those other guys like that, just what does it mean to you to be able to do this for yourself and your team now, but also the guys that came before you?
And yeah, Coach Stig just makes a great effort just making the Jackrabbit family really feel like a family. And we win, everyone wins. And it was just so awesome to see, even at practice yesterday, see all those smiling faces, see all of JFPA, and how much they support us. And it's really just a special feeling for us. And we're glad to do it for them. We're glad to do it for our seniors. We're glad to do it for our coaches and our fans, and especially just my teammates too. So.
Second row.
Surely, John, there must be a little extra juice to this game because it came against North Dakota State. I mean, they're your rival, and obviously you want to beat them every time you play them, but to beat them in Frisco has to be a little special meaning for you.
Without a doubt, Mike. I mean, I told Coach Enns that they've had this feeling, and it's fun to have the feeling against them, and complimented them on their program, and he was very complimentary to us, and it's a great competition, rivalry, and I continue to think back at 2004 and wondering how it's going to work out. Well, this is pretty sweet how it's worked out.
And joining us, one of our great student athletes, Jason Freeman. So we'll open it up for him questions as well. Let's go second row on the right.
Coach, congratulations. You sat here a couple days ago and you talked about South Dakota State, North Dakota State coming together on that line when you both decided it was time to make that jump, and that you've now closed the gap. Is this mission accomplished as far as bringing your program to the level of what North Dakota State has been able to accomplish, or do you still think this is only the beginning for what you guys can do in the future?
It's got to be the beginning, right? And I've always said this, now I can say it, and it's real. We're going to watch the film and realize we can play a lot better, right? And so it's the beginning of a national championship, but it's also a step in becoming the best football program we can be. And I'll say it again because it warrants.
Stop.
Come on. We have unbelievable leadership, unbelievable student athletes, and this is for these guys.
Go ahead, front row first, and then we'll go to the third row.
Eric Peterson from the Forum. This is for Mark. I think when you beat NDSU during the regular season, it was 3 regular season wins in a row, and I think you said something to the effect, that's great, but we got to kind of finish the job. I mean, what does it mean to kind of finish the job, I guess?
No, it feels awesome, and I it's funny that you bring that up again because I still remember that, and it's really a storybook ending for us, and to win our first national championship against the North Dakota State team, and they're a great team. They fought hard, and it's always a fun game when we play against them, but it was really a storybook ending for us, and we're happy to win a national championship.
Okay, we're going to go back row, third row.
Tori Couch, Reddit. This is a question for Coach and for Mark. Talk about the way the offensive line played today. Nearly 300 rushing yards, over 500 total yards. Just the way the offensive line played today.
You got it, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, the 605 Hogs, is this what we call them, and they bring a different attitude every single day that they come to practice, come to games, and I mean, there's no other guys that I'd want blocking for me up front, and they just give it their all every single time and really go by coach's saying in last play, and they play hard every single time they're out there, and they just want to bury guys, which is fun for me, and they always give me enough time to let our skill guys look good. So they don't always get all the limelight, but man, those guys are good. Those guys are good.
Okay, Coach, you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I would add that those guys have played 98% of our reps this year. They're warriors. They take pride in taking care of our offensive skill, taking care of Mark, and it's one of the closest groups I've ever been around. And so credit to Coach Olson and the intensity and the family approach he takes, and I know they enjoyed the day.
All right, let's go second row here on the left.
Andrew Holden, Bergen's Register. Jason, a year ago you were playing in the NAIA. Now you're a national champion. How does that feel?
Never in a million years I thought I'd be on the stage right now. I just want to thank Daishan and the coaching staff for giving me the opportunity to come here and showcase my talents. And I want to thank Coach Rogers for recruiting me and getting me adjusted to the defense because I had a really small window to get that down. But I'm just very appreciative for the brotherhood we have here, the linebacker group, everybody. I'm really appreciative.
Back row, go ahead.
Amar, what was the atmosphere or the vibe kind of like on the sideline in the second quarter? You scored 21 points in that quarter. Take it from 7-7 to 28-14, 21-7. You were running wild. You had this sea of blue behind you. It was very loud in here. Just what were sort of the feelings on the sidelines with you guys at that time?
The feelings are great. I think at the end of the day, we all feed off each other. When the defense goes out there and makes plays, then the offense makes plays. And then, having Jackson Nation right behind us, making all that noise for us, making it harder for NDSU to hear the snaps and all of that stuff really makes us a better team at the end of the day. So shout out to Jackson Nation for coming out much needed.
Did you feel like when you got that run going on offense, not that the game was over, certainly when it was 28-14 or anything like that, but like, hey, if we keep doing what we're doing, we're going to be national champs?
Yeah, I think that run it helped everybody. It made everybody more comfortable, and when we play comfortable as a team, nobody can stop us. We're the best team in the nation, and we proved it today.
Let's go front row.
This is Eric Peterson from the Forum. This is for Jason Freeman. Tied or close early, you guys create the turnover, the offense scores. How pivotal do you think that was, forcing that fumble and turning into the points at that point?
Yeah, when you're playing a really good opponent, the turnover battle matters the most, and we were able to force 3 turnovers, I believe. So all of those were detrimental to our offense getting success. So like Amar said, we feed off each other. The defense gets a stop, gets a turnover. We know the offense is going to execute, so we just play off each other.
Over on the right, second row.
Amar, a lot of the talk coming in was about your running mate, obviously, and all of the great work that he did here the first time he came, and now his opportunity to come back. Then you got out there, you got that first little crease. When you got tackled, you popped up almost like, oh, they think this is sweet. So it felt like you had the juice, and they continued to ride you as you got carries. Did you feel like it was a different feel when you touched the ball and you hit that first crease?
Yeah, I always tell my roommate Angel, like, when I get in there and get comfortable, it's gonna be a long day for the other team. I also told my boy Chris that at the end of the day, it's gonna be a part 2 for NDSU, what I did to him the first time. So I think at the same time, me and Zay feed off of each other. We compete at practice every day. At the end of the day, he makes me better as a running back, somebody to chase, and I make him better as a running back too.
First row.
Mark, 2 specific plays I want to ask you about. The 3rd and 1 where you looked like you might be running and you stopped and threw it to a wide open for a 44-yard. And then the touchdown run early in the second half, and what that play was and what a big difference you think that made for this team.
I mean, those were huge differences in this game, and Mike Morgan really stepped up, and he wasn't really practicing that play all week, and he ended up stepping up, making a big play, and having a guy like that on the team that everyone just feeds off of. It was really awesome to see him score a touchdown in this game, and it brings juice to every single player on the team, whether that's offense or defense. And then also that other touchdown to start off the second half. I mean, we knew that. I mean, NDSU was going to fight till the end of the game, and we knew that we had to come down in the first half or in the second half and just start fast, score early, and that's what we did there on that play.
We're going to go right here, second row.
Sure. Mark, you guys were, I think, 7 of 8 on 3rd down in the first half, something like that, and you finished 9 of 14 or something. But they couldn't get you off the field is the point. There was a 3rd and 10 where you had a big pass. What does that do for you as an offense? You're able just a 3rd and 10 is a huge conversion. What do you feel when that happens?
I got to give it up to our coaches for making a great game plan this week, and they scouted this North Dakota State team really well, and we had a lot of great plays to run on these 3rd downs, and. But I mean, it's just all about belief, and our team always believed that no matter what the down was, we were going to get a big play. We were going to get a first down. We were going to score touchdowns, and just continuing to do that throughout the entire day just kind of has an avalanche effect, and that belief just causes us to win games and score touchdowns on offense, and that also feeds the defense as well. And the defense had an awesome game today as well.
I know this one just got over with, but considering what you have coming back next year, is this the start of a Jackrabbit dynasty like the other guys have had for a while?
And that's what I'm hoping for with all our guys coming back this coming year. And I mean, they played an awesome game today, and I can't wait to see what we can do next year as well.
Okay, we've got time for one more here in the room, then we're going to go to Zoom. Go ahead, right side, second row.
Mark, when I spoke to you earlier this week, and we discussed unfinished business, and you were being a little bit coy about it because obviously coaches say you want to try to keep this in the moment, but there were 8 guys starting on the offense that started or majorly contribute to the offense in 2020 when you guys stood out there at the end of the game and watched the confetti fly. How does it feel to finish the job?
I mean, it feels so awesome to be on the other side of this, and I mean that watching that from the last time, it fueled us, and we didn't want to have that feeling again today, and that vengeance, so to say, came out today, and we really just put it to them, and we were just going to play our best and execute, and that's what we did today, and it was such an awesome feeling to be on the other side of it.
We're going to go to Zoom for a question. Christopher Heidel, you are open and allowed to speak at this time.
All right. Hey, Coach. It's Chris Idell from Herman's Radio in Baltimore. Congratulations on the win. What does this mean for the state of South Dakota for all you guys? Because I know this is you're representing the state, and what does it mean for you individually?
Well, there's a lot of pride in both our states, and a lot of competition. So I think I can answer it with the way our fans showed up today and their energy and stuff. It means a ton to our state. Hopefully, like Mark said, it's the start of not necessarily a bunch of them, but competing for a bunch of them. It's been a good experience down here, and we made a memory. For me, I live through our players. I always will, always have. And so my joy is great today because their joy is great. And I love these guys, and I'll leave it at that.
Coach, players, congratulations. You're the national champions. Great season.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Want to say something? Go Jacks. Go Jacks.
You guys can go celebrate. I don't know if you remember. Congratulations. Jason, you want to grab those?